Hello, it's Leonie Blackwell here, and I'm here to discuss rich habit number 3. Let's see if I can count as well. Okay, so in the very first week, we discussed listing off all your daily habits that you wanted to be able to do more of, and I hope by now that you're actually getting better and better at not just writing that list, but actually ticking them off and getting them all done so that you're doing more, productive, healthy kind of habits every day, and noticing the shifts and changes that start to come with that as you actually implement that into your life. Then last week, we actually looked at setting goals, and that was very much around initially starting with daily tasks. What are you going to do and achieve each day? But hopefully you've also extended that out and started to do some weekly goals, some monthly goals, some extended kind of every 3 or 4 month kind of middle goals, and then yearly goals, and also long-term goals. Where are you heading? What do you want to really do? And what do you need to do to break that down to achieve it step by step, including what do you do today to achieve your long-term goals? So that was all kind of part of what it all is. And of course, we do know that if we don't know where we're heading, we aren't going to know how to direct ourselves anywhere. And if we don't put in the effort to go where we want to go, we won't get there either. So it does become important. If you want to do stuff with your life, then it's important to basically write it down and work towards it actively. And you don't have to do it to the point of like crazy. Don't get obsessed with it, because if you get obsessed, you push things away. It's just about actively working towards it, being conscious of it, and motivated to want to actually really achieve your goals and to live a better life and be the best version of yourself. So that's all really good. So today, we're now going to add in a little bit extra. So now we're going to look at rich habit number 3, and that's all about self-improvement. Yes, personal growth is one of my most favorite things to do. But this isn't just about personal growth. This is not just, oh yes, I can tick off my list and go, I did tapping today, I wrote in my journal today, I ate, really well, I blah, 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 blah. Do you mean it's not about that alone? Yes, self-improvement comes with that, but it's also about doing things to improve your ability to do whatever job, career you want to be doing or are currently doing. So that bit, I have a confession to make, all right? Anyone's been to my office, you'll see the pile of mail, okay? It's a shocker. So one of the things I'm not really good at is getting my mail open, because inside that mail is a whole lot of text sheets that I really should be, right, reading as they come and keeping up to date with the bits and pieces that are coming in the mail. But I don't, all right? And as part of this program, it's on my list. I'm getting to put it on my list and starting to try and work towards it. So I'm taking things home, I'm reading bits. I'll be honest right now, I haven't quite mastered the daily task of it, but I'm definitely getting better at it. And so I'm sharing that with you because I want you to know that you don't have to have it perfect right off. Just start, just try, put it on your list. And if it doesn't work, go, okay, it doesn't work to put it on the list every single day right now, but I can put it on the list for at least every second day or third day, or maybe even once a week, so that you're able to then work towards getting that self-improvement component done. So let's have a little bit of a little explore of what does all this look like. So the bottom line is, people who are successful put in the effort to keep up to date with the career that they're in. They know the most up-to-date information, they're aware of what's going on, they're aware of other people in their business, and they're aware of what they say and think, even if they think something different, even if they've got a different take on it. And that's particularly true in the world that I'm working in. We've all got a little take, we've all got our understandings of things, we've all got our own story that actually brings us to how we got somewhere and the steps that we've taken to get there. So being able to recognize those things, and I often find that going to someone else's workshops, getting online and watching a webinar, it triggers ideas and thoughts in my head. It doesn't have to be that I take it and go, oh, they've got a better option than I have. It's about exposing myself to different viewpoints so that I can be really clear about what mine is and why I do it the way that I do it. And if there's adjustments needed, awesome, I can make those adjustments. So I'd encourage the same kind of idea with you, is get involved with seeing what else is going on and what the ideas and theories are. If you are part of an industry that sends out newsletters, then read those newsletters. Yeah, I know what I just said, right? I'm working on it. work on it too. Work with me, okay? Get better at it. If you don't, if you go, oh yeah, I'll do that later, then put it on your today list and put it on as a list of something that you can try and do, okay? And like I said, if you can't do it every day, then try and make sure you've read it by the end of the week. And I can promise you the people that write the articles in those newsletters will really appreciate the fact that you've actually read it. And if you've got feedback or ideas or questions or anything, then feed that back to your organization, because I can promise you they love that too, all right? So get up to date. If there are webinars, if there are classes, if there are seminars, if there's workshops going on in your area, get involved with watching those as well, participating in those, attending those. Even like I said, even if it's just for you to gain clarity about where you are going and why you want to go the way you want to go. Not everything we do has to be because we think they've got a better way. It could be just clarifying for us. So I think that's really important. The other part, of course, in this modern day, it's not just about reading those articles or reading books. It's definitely going to be listening to podcasts. And there's a lot of podcasts out there with lots of amazing information. So we can listen. We can go for a walk, which ticks off another, part of what we want to be able to do to keep ourselves well and healthy in our daily habits. Put a podcast on and listen to it as we're actually walking, as we're driving. I love to put them onto CDs and listen to things on CDs as I'm driving around, or playing the iPad onto the car, plugged into my ears. Sometimes, not always, because I want to know I can hear outside, and I can't get it through my radio, but that's another whole story probably. There's probably some easy way to make that happen, but I haven't worked that out yet. So listening to them when you're doing other tasks, washing the dishes. When I'm washing the dishes, I'll often listen to a podcast. So combine it with something you're already doing, and that will help you get the task done a lot easier because you're already doing something else, and especially something like ironing and washing the dishes. Then it is one of those times when you can listen to something because it doesn't take a lot of thought to wash dishes or to do the ironing. And our mind's going to wander anyway, so why not give it something to listen to and be focused on while you're actually doing those kind of tasks. So combining it with something else is a really good way to do. And of course, YouTube clips. And in any of the other Vimeos, whatever other ones are out there, there's a whole lot of stuff out there that has a huge, the TV programs. I'm thinking like Food Matters and some of those kind of programs that are out there. Gaia, there's a whole range of TV programs that you can purchase and then watch on your iPads, on your phones, wherever, that are lots of valuable, intelligent, unlike commercial TV, intelligent information that will give you information you never hear on everyday TV. That's just really, anyway, that's not today's purpose. I won't get on my little passion box about what I think about media. But get access to those sorts of things and watch stuff that gives you thoughts, questions you, stretches your mind, gives you other impacts and ideas and things like that. Even down to the idea of gaining better skills. The reality is customer management in some way, whether you are greeting people in a supermarket or you're actually working online with people, those skills of dealing with people are good no matter what job you're actually in. If it involves another person, working with teammates, skills, enhance your skills, work on finding out more about how you can communicate better. I have to say and I'm sorry to say it like this, but I don't know how else to say it, but bluntly, like over the years of teaching people, some of the worst communicators I've seen are people who teach communication and believe therefore they're brilliant at it. And I have a saying from my Making Sense of the Insensible, in the injustice of hypocrisy: just because you think or believe something does not mean you're actually doing it. And that is a classic example that some people are very good at teaching or reading and having lots of knowledge, and because they think it, they actually think therefore they're acting on that knowledge, and they're really not. And I'm sure many of you will know people who are terrible communicators who are actually teaching communication. They know the intellectual theory, they're just not able to put it into action. So take that next step. Don't just read the stuff, put it into action and check it out. Ask somebody you can trust, someone who's going to be kind but honest with you, and go, yeah, not really sure that quite worked, because we can think we're saying one thing because our head is knowing our intentions, but we may not necessarily be coming across, our message may not be being received the way that we want. So the more that we can have those opportunities to find out whether or not what we are learning and implementing in our life is actually congruent is by being able to get really good feedback by people. So that's a really positive way in which we can work. And that's where good friends, honest friends, not friends that are just going to suck up and go, yeah, of course, but friends will go, I'm not sure that came across quite right. What were you intending to say? And then brainstorming how you can say it better. So there's ways we can do that. All of that is self-improvement. Having really good, deep and meaningful conversations with your friends about what you said and the impact that had, and how that wasn't what you expected to have happen because you thought this is what you were doing. That is all part of self-improvement. So you've got some really good friends around you who are happy to have great conversations about the way in which you communicate and the message you're getting across and how you can improve in those ways. That's also a really valuable way. So we don't have to pay lots of money to get that. We can also have that right there in our friendships and our relationships with people. Finding out the new kind of technologies, the new things, expanding our brains all the time is a really valuable way to do it. So in terms of putting this good habit of self-improvement, not just in your personal self, but in your work and your career, try setting aside 30 minutes a day. Now, if 30 minutes a day gets too hard, try and do it every second day or third day, like I said, or even start off trying to do it once a week and then increase from there. But if you can spend 30 minutes a day being able to just read the newsletters, watch a clip on YouTube, watch a seminar, do some kind of little something that actually is part of that, watch this, do you know what I mean? Hopefully it's about 30 minutes. Do you mean doing those sorts of things and watching There Is Rich Habits 1 and 2 already? If you've missed those, go back and watch those, because then again, all of this is about giving you other processes that can help improve the way in which you function in your life. So that's what we want to be able to do. Now, I have to say that one of the things I love the most about my Tappers Tribe, and that's a membership group that I actually have and have been running now for just over 2.5 years. We're coming into our third year, is that there are so many tapping scripts available and on all sorts of different ways, and we're just starting to do some that are looking into our life and business coaching kind of stuff. So if you like to peel off layers and you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper into things, I do have a monthly or a membership tribe that you can join in and get lots of tapping scripts that will help you peel away those layers as well. And the bonus to that is once you're on the inside, you can request any scripts and I'll write them up, so you can have your specific aspects and your needs met directly, so there's no fluffing around the edges. You can get straight to and go, Leonie, this is what I notice. Can you write me a script about that? And I'll go, I sure can, and off we go. And often whatever you're experiencing, so's lots of other people. So I've actually found, to be honest, some of the best stuff that I've got the opportunity to create has come from requests from the people inside the Tappers Tribe. So it's an awesome way, if you would like to add to that self-improvement component, to join in. And there's already, I don't even know how many tapping scripts I've created this year, but there was over 100 just from the first year. And I think I'm well on the way that by the end of 2 years, there'll probably be very close to 200 odd scripts available in the Tappers Tribe. That's a lot of tapping scripts. That can keep you busy. There's your self-improvement every day. But there's all different kinds. There's webinars, there's tap-alongs, there's all sorts of bits and pieces. The Surrendering Your Ego is massively huge and would relate massively to this whole journey of improving and doing rich habits as well. So the bottom line is doing something every day that's around improving yourself and how you think and feel is a really valuable thing to do. Now, I have a little sheet here, which I realise will be kind of backwards and you won't be able to read it. But what I actually have created is like a rich habits checklist. And what I've done is I've basically put each of the rich habits in, and then I've got activity A's and activity B's. Yeah, okay. So what I've done is I've gone, you know what? There are going to be days I may not get everything done. Let's prioritize it down to, this is the stuff that I probably would want to be aiming at least every day. And then activity B's are some of the bonus stuff. If I got that down as well, awesome. All right. And then so obviously I've already done all 10, but at the moment we're up to the first 3. And I would suggest that it's a great idea. These are my overall bigger picture ones of each of the habits. And of course, I'm still using the Asana and I'm still using Windstreak for my daily tasks and jotting them down and ticking them off and getting my little, bouncing unicorns and flying cows and getting my tick lists in my streak and getting a little like, oh, well done, you've done this for 3 days and all that kind of stuff, which is all nice, support in terms of those things. So I'm still using that, but as an overall picture, I've also started to create a bigger tick list that just is like, am I doing these kinds of things somewhere in a week? All right, let's get into some tapping, shall we? So this is all about self-improvement. And let's do it. So you're starting with our pointer finger and our middle finger. We start at the top of the head and repeat after me. Even though it's normal to want to spend time working on myself. Eyebrow point. My mind can't just let it be normal. Side of the eye. It has to create it into an unmet need. Underneath the eyes. This triggers off my fear responses. That I'll stay stuck in the same patterns for life. Top of the lip. This then sets off a cascade of emotionally painful experiences in my mind's reality. And chin point, but it's not how my life really has to be. Collarbone point. It's just my fears running stories from my past. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, I don't really need certain conditions to exist for me to put in the effort to work on myself daily. And underneath the arm. And I don't need specific circumstances to exist for me to be actively spending time working on myself. I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Taking a nice deep breath. Back to the top of the head. Even though it's normal to want to spend time working on myself. Eyebrow point. My mind can't just let it be normal. Side of the eye. It has to create it into an unmet need. Underneath the eyes. This triggers off my fear responses. That I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life. Top of the lip. This then sets off a cascade of emotionally painful experiences in my mind's reality. Chin point, but it's not how my life really has to be. Collarbone point. It's just my fears running stories from my past. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, I don't really need certain conditions to exist for me to put in the effort to work on myself daily. And underneath the arm. And I don't need specific circumstances to exist for me to be actively spending time working on myself. I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Taking a nice deep breath. Top of the head. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life. Eyebrow point. That belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And side of the eye, but it's not true. Underneath the eyes. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life. Top of the lip. That belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And chin point, but it's not true. Collarbone point. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life. underneath the breast on the right hand side, that belief that I'll just stay stuck in the same patterns for life, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And underneath the arm, but it's not true. Taking a nice deep breath. That concept gets up my nose, doesn't it? Top of the head. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I can't change. Eyebrow point, that belief that I can't change, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And side of the eye, but it's not true. Underneath the eyes, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I can't change. Top of the lip, that belief that I can't change, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And chin point, but it's not true. Collarbone point, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I can't change. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, that belief that I can't change, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And underneath the arm, but it's not true. Taking a nice deep breath. Top of the head. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I don't have the time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge. Eyebrow point, that belief that I don't have time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And side of the eye, but it's not true. Underneath the eyes, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief I don't have the time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge. Top of the lip, that belief that I don't have the time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And chin point, but it's not true. Collarbone point, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I don't have the time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, that belief that I don't have the time to read books and articles to improve my knowledge, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And underneath the arm, but it's not true. Taking a nice deep breath. Top of the head. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do anything more. Eyebrow point. That belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do anything more, then colours my experiences so it feels like all there is. And side of the eye, but it's not all there is. Underneath the eyes, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do any more. Top of the lip, that belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do anything more. Then colours my experiences so it feels like all there is. and chin point, but it's not all there is. Collarbone point. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do anything more. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, that belief that I'm too busy taking care of what must be done each day to do anything more then colours my experiences so it feels like all there is. And underneath the arm, but it's not all there is. Taking a nice deep breath. That's an easy one to fall into. I think we've all been there, haven't we? Top of the head. By interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be. Eyebrow point, that belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And side of the eye, but it's not true. Underneath the eyes, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be. Top of the lip, that belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And chin point, but it's not true. Collarbone point, by interpreting self-improvement as being about me, I've created a belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, that belief that it's too hard to be the best I can be, then colours my experiences so it feels like it's true. And underneath the arm, but it's not true. Taking a nice deep breath. Now the fun part, we let it all go. Top of the head, I'm letting it all go. Eyebrow point, I'm letting it all go. Side of the eye, I'm letting it all go. Underneath the eye, I'm letting go of all that no longer serves me. Top of the lip, I'm letting it all go. Chin point, I'm letting go of all that no longer serves me. Collarbone point, I'm letting it all go. Underneath the breast on the right hand side, I'm letting go of all that no longer serves me. And underneath the arm, I'm letting it all go. Taking a nice deep breath, and as you do, just collect everything you want to let go of and let it all go. With a big if you need to, extra one as well. Okay, now the awesome part, let's do the positive affirmation. Top of the head. The only truth is, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Eyebrow point, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Side of the eye, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Underneath the eye, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Top of the lip, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Chin point, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Collarbone point, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. And underneath the breast on the right hand side, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. And underneath the arm, I already am willing to spend time working on myself. Taking a nice deep breath. And let it all go. All right. So remember that your self-improvement activities that you do each day can also form part of your to-do lists, okay, for setting goals, and are also going to be part of your daily good habits. So it's not like you've all of a sudden going, oh my goodness, how do I add more? Mind you, you should have just tapped that away, right? They can all come and link together. In fact, ideally, they will totally come and link together. So you will put on your to-do lists, reading journals or newsletters or reading a book or whatever, and as part of your good daily habits will incorporate doing some personal self-improvement. Awesome. Have a beautiful week. I shall see you next week. If you wish to share this, of course, you're free to do that. It's not just confined to this site. And yes, enjoy and go forth and do the best and be the best you can be in every single moment, in every single day. Bye.